So many people are dealing with the loss of their identity. No, I'm not talking about personal, identifiable information. They have literally lost their mind. Your mind is like a throne room. Only the king should sit there. Yet many of us have allowed the critics, the old voices, and painful memories to sit right there and have an authority over our very thoughts. You can't allow just anything and anyone to rule over your mind, but that's what we're doing. Some voices need to be dethroned. Many people grew up hearing words that have wounded them. Maybe you're one of those people that's been called stupid or too sensitive and ugly or a problem or simply bad. When a child hears those words or names a lot, they begin to believe them. Over time, those labels become like an unwanted ruler in their mind, shaping how the person sees themselves. Words, they're powerful. They can crown you or they can define you. Being called bad names can cause a person to look down upon themselves, shrink their dreams, and live far beneath their potential. Instead of walking in confidence, they move through life apologizing for simply existing. But those labels were never meant to define you. God calls you something different. He calls you loved, chosen, forgiven, redeemed, and wonderfully made. That is your true identity. The challenge is not only knowing what God says, but learning how to believe them after years of hearing the opposite. So, how do we begin replacing those old words with God's truth? First, acknowledge the damage. Healing begins when honesty happens. Admit that those names actually hurt you. Recognize that they have shaped the very thinking that you have and your confidence and your choices that you made. You can't remove what you refuse to face. Second, challenge the lies. Every time the message rise up in your mind, I'm not good enough, I'm never going to change, pause and ask yourself, who am I going to believe? God or that person? Who told you those things? If it's not God, it needs to be thrown away. Third, new thoughts need to be said to yourself a lot. Repeat them. Say what God have told you. Even if it feels strange at first, the mind can learn a new language the same way that you learn a previous language, hearing them over and over again. Fourth, carry yourself differently. Identity show up in your posture, your choices, your boundaries, walk like someone that you actually believe that's valuable. Trust what God is telling you. Treat yourself in the way that you believe the truth that God is telling you. Finally, surround yourself with people that have the same voice, positive. Choose people in an environment that can reinforce what you're learning, and that's echoing those things that God have said. Believing God is truly something that takes time for some people, but that's okay. By His grace and by His power, He can be that new king and take the rightful throne into your mind. You are not what others have said that you are. You are actually what God says that you are. And so therefore, that's the identity that you must gain back by God's grace. Are you one of those people that's been told a lie? Find out what God has said about you. Actually, tell me, what are some things that you've been called, and how are you going to prove the devil a lie?